Hey YouTube, should you rent or buy a house? That's a tough one. Me personally, I am going to rent forever, essentially. But that might not be good for you. You know, right now with interest rates as low as they are, you could buy a house and you could lock in your housing cost for the next 15, 30 years. And that's the big advantage to buying a home is locking in that payment, locking in that cost, that expense. You know, with rent, normally your rent goes up a couple of percent every year. And you don't have that with purchasing. But you do have maintenance, you do have property taxes, you do have insurance, all those expenses that come in to owning a home. With renting, you know, you have no maintenance expenses. There's nothing unless you physically break it. You're pretty much not responsible for anything that goes wrong. You're not responsible for the roof. You know, none of that stuff. Air conditioning system, none of that stuff. But if you're renting, you have that expense of rent increases every year. I lucked out. I got a old school landlord that, you know, he just wants someone in there, cover the cost, and he's not worried about getting rich off of his properties. He's more worried about his capital preservation and, you know, keeping a hard asset. So my rent is going to be fixed for the foreseeable future. So I have the advantage of a mortgage where my housing cost is flat, fixed, but I have the flexibility to move when I want to. So I don't plan on being in this home for more than 10 years. You know, and all I have to do is give a 30-day notice and I'm out. I can go. Bye-bye. If you own the home, if you were buying the home, no one can guess what the value of the home will be, you know, when you want to leave. Say if you wanted to leave 10 years from now, what if the 2008 market crash happened again? And you had just bought this home for $300,000 and the market crash happened and now it's only worth 150, but you still owe 250. What do you do then? You're stuck. You're stuck. You have no flexibility. So you got to really look what your future plans are. If you plan to stay there forever, or stay in the place where you're at forever, that's not a big deal. Buy. But if you don't see yourself there, you know, very long, or you're in a job that moves you around every few years, then renting is the only way to go. So, you know, buy if you plan on staying in one spot forever or for an extremely long time. Rent if you want the flexibility to move whenever you feel like it. Not when the market tells you. If you're lucky, you can find an old school landlord that won't raise the rent. If you go with a property management company, you're pretty much assured increased rent every year. So what are you doing? You renting? You're owning? What are your thoughts? Do you have a plan that, say you wanted to move in 10 years? What if, the house is worth less than you owe in 10 years? What do you do then? Anyway, I'll share with you in a future video what my plan is after 10 years, because after 10 years my wife and I were taking off, and we'll probably never come back to California again. Anyhow, that's my thought of the day. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Like, share, subscribe. Give me comments. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.